Okay, this is our sheep brain. We are going to be identifying some of the major components of it. So first we have this whole section right here is the cerebrum. It consists of 2 hemispheres, which we will go into later. So first we have our frontal lobe, we'll have our parietal lobe, our occipital, which you can get a better view of if you kind of peel back the cerebellum, and then right here we'll have our temporal lobe. So this big cauliflower looking component is called the cerebellum, and then what branches off is the spinal cord. So we're going to turn it over to our inferior side and identify some structures. So you have your olfactory bulbs, which then consist of the olfactory tract. You still have your lobes, and then right here you have your pituitary gland and the optic chiasma. If we move the pituitary gland a little bit, then we can identify what's known as the pons, and they kind of have a raise, and then you have another one which becomes the medulla oblongata, and then later on extends into your spinal cord. So now we're gonna take it apart. We cut down the longitudinal fissure, and then that breaks it into the 2 hemispheres. So when identifying inside, you still have your cerebellum, and inside the cerebellum you can see the kind of branch, thicker white area, which is what is consists of white matter. Then whenever we go, then you still have your pons and medulla oblongata. Right here you have your penile body, and up here you have your superior caniculus and your then inferior. A little bit harder to see, but it's right there. So then if we go and identify the ventricle, you have the 4th ventricle, which runs kind of right inferior to the cerebellum, and then you have your 3rd ventricle, which runs right along here above the penile body. Inferior to the penile body, you have your thalamus, and then your hypothalamus. Overall, this whole area kind of right here is the corpus callosum, and then you still have, you can see part of your optic chiasma, and then part of your olfactory bulbs. So here it's kind of just divided in half. And then to separate the cerebrum from the cerebellum, there is what is known as the transverse fissure. And that is our sheep brain.